Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, we're back today with another weapons concept video. As per usual, this video will have all the links and Steam pages to all the artists and designers, so if you can go like and favourite all the work of these very talented people, that'd be greatly appreciated. They put a lot of hard work into these designs, and I'd greatly appreciate it if you could go show them some love and maybe even get the items into the game someday. You never know. So today's episode is going to be episode 7, the Pyro. We actually made episode 7 twice. Twice, yeah. Because I made it a sniper episode, and that's what caused a backlog in the channel a very long time ago. But we're back with the Pyro, which it was meant to be, but for some reason I did the sniper a second time round. But okay, you've had enough of my blabbing, I'll get onto this. The primary. The primary is going to be called the Magic Wand. I actually love this flamethrower. You have no idea how spoilt for choice I was when I had all the different flamethrower designs showing up on the Steam Workshop. But this one just stuck out in particular. It's a blowtorch instead of a flamethrower, which I like, and you'll see why. So my idea for this is a 70% smaller range damage radius for this weapon, but a 50% increase in damage against buildings. Air Blast uses 25% fuel and ammo, just like the Backburner does, and weapon switch speed is 30% slower. So the 30, okay, I'll go into this. Yeah, the 70% smaller range isn't so that you just don't go like miles away from a sentry and then blast it and then boom, it's gone, because the 50% building damage increase. I'd probably change that to 60 if it ever came into the game, but it's an idea. It's an idea. You'd have to tweak that range a little bit so that it's not completely terrible. It's not too circumstantial. Air Blast uses 25% of fuel and ammo. Obviously, risk and reward. Your risk is that you don't have as much air blasting fuel, but your reward is that you can take out sentry nests and stuff like that with an Uber really, really quickly. And weapon switch speed being 30% slower is just to stop mad combos with like the power jack, so you don't power jack your way into a nest really quickly and then take it out. It's just to stop that kind of happening. This is made by SVDL, who has appeared in this series so many times now, it's unreal. He or she has had various weapons and cosmetics implemented into the game, including the Kappa, the Shooting Star, and the Burly Beast. All very cool cosmetic and weapons that have made it into the game. So go check him or her out on the Steam community page and go drop a like on the weapon. Maybe it'll come in one day. Secondary, we have the Sharpshooter, and just look at that. I don't know why, but if you've ever seen the movie Abraham Lincoln Vampire Killer or Vampire Slayer, I think it's called, this gives me that vibe through and through. It is just such a cool design. I really like it, and there's a few variants of this one all the way through the Steam page, but it's very cool. It's very cool. So for this, my idea for the weapon is that it works kind of as a Widowmaker kind of clone kind of thing. If you get, you'll understand in a minute. So the weapon deals 30% less damage. Oh no, it's not usable all of a sudden. The weapon would have a secondary attack which would deliver a slower melee attack, that if this melee attack kills, then your ammo in both weapons will be fully restocked. So kind of like the Widowmaker, but more like the Persian sword thing the Demo Man has, so that on kill it'll give you ammo, kind of thing. Well, that's at least how it used to work. It's changed over the years now, but basically the idea is that you can get your ammo back from using this ammo kind of reserve thing. So instead of using a melee, you'd use this, and it'd deliver kind of a strike, and if that strike was the killing blow on the person, obviously you take them down with the shotgun, then you would get full ammo, which if you ran out of ammo in your flamethrower, that would be very useful in particular. Unlike my other series, usually I make the secondary to complement the primary. This is probably the first example where I really don't think that'd be the case, but still, at least I think it's a cool idea. But into the designers. The designers are Boomstar, Five Eyes, Richard Longflop and AFK. Some of the names of these designers, I don't think they ever expect people to actually read them out someday. And I actually really like this design. They've put some clearly some hard work into it, and I would actually love to see it get into the game someday. Very cool. Now for the melee. Now this is one of my more unique ideas, which I would actually really love. Like, out of the three of them, I'd be the most proud if this ever made it into the game, but hey ho. This is called the Gieger grabber, and I just straight off the bat, I absolutely love the design and just the concept of it being like a uranium radioactive core kind of thing. Even the little SFM poster that they've made for it is just so sick. Honestly, I love it. They've really smashed it out of the water, even though it's very limited to the page. So my idea for this weapon is that it works very similar to the Boston Basher, but instead of it being called a bleed, it'd be called rads, like radiation. Fallout players understand the reference there, but I'm just going to refer to radiation as rads, as they would in TF2. So it would go for, so you would, if you were hit by this weapon, you would have rads for 10 seconds, but the weapon would also deal plus 15% damage. Okay, so this is already a straight up upgrade on stock. Where am I going with this? Because the Boston Basher is, in a way, a very kind of upgradey if you know how to use it. It's quite a balanced weapon, almost perfectly, and all of a sudden I've just ruined what would be a balanced kind of reskin. So the catch for this weapon, instead of making it a reskin, is that when the person is under this effect of radiation, they can't catch fire. So it's kind of a catch-22 thing. You could set them on fire and then deal a blow, an attack with this melee weapon, and then they would no longer be on fire, but they'd be taking a effect that another Pyro can't put out. So, you know, in a circumstance like it's a spy, and they've got loads of Pyros on the enemy team, maybe just around the corner, you'd swap, you'd hit them with this, because you know no matter what, no one else would be able to save them other than maybe a medic. So it just stops. It kind of counters the whole Pyros air blasting the spies to put them out. And you know, it's just it is that kind of catch-22 thing. You know, would you use it? Would you not? Kind of similar to the Boston Basher. This beautiful design is by Sparkwire, Multitrip, RN, and Square. Very cool design. Really like it. Really support it. If you guys could go and like all the pages for this. If you don't like the video, please at least go and like the artist's work. I only think that's fair. They put a lot of time and effort into these designs, and as SVDL will prove time and time again, these items can get into the game, but it's all about community support, and that's why I use the community workshop. Nobody pays for these places. It's completely out of my personal preference. And yeah, so if you could go and support them, that'd be brilliant. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Adios.